This just looks so fancy to me, and that's exactly the kind of vibe that I want. I want fancy. Even though this is like one of the really cheap apartments, who says it can't be fancy? Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah and welcome to a Sims 4 city living apartment renovation video. This video is actually inspired by a new Let's Play that I've started on this channel very recently, which is exploring the ghost historian aspiration, where I actually have a sim, Casper, and he's just moved into an apartment in city living, a haunted apartment, but it's really lackluster. So I want to do a renovation to that apartment, make it look a little bit more grand, because that's the kind of the vibe that I feel for a house that Casper would live in to start off with, but also for like this old spooky kind of vibe. So with that being said, let's jump into the Sims 4. I can show you the apartment in question. Let's give it a nice renovation fitting of a haunted apartment. Alright my friends, this is Casper, and as you can see, he's a ghost. I have already done one episode of his playthrough, so if you'd be interested in watching me play through the Ghost Historian aspiration, as well as looking at all of the Ghost Mastery stuff that came with Life and Death, I will link that playlist in the pinned comment down below. This is Casper though, and he is living in 18 Culpepper house. This is a haunted apartment that you will find in the Spice District. It's not a massive apartment, it just doesn't give me haunted apartment vibes. Yeah, I don't know. I want something a little bit more grandiose. So with that being said, Casper does only have 4,807 simoleons, but luckily for Casper, he has a very wealthy sister, Bandit, and she is going to be ever so generous and give Casper 50,000 simoleons to renovate this apartment. Isn't she just oh so generous? We do love Bandit. If you'd like to watch me play through the Sticky Fingers aspiration, I did that with her. I'll link that in the pinned comment down below too. And we're just going to get started. So straight away, this plaque on the wall we actually can't get rid of. It is a memoriam plaque for Walden White, and it is a condition of living in this apartment is that we have to have this plaque on the wall, okay? We can't change that. Alright, so now we're working with 61,639 simoleons. That's a good budget to be able to fully furnish an apartment, right? Okay, so I'm starting to try and think about the vibe, right? It's hard to explain. Grandiose, but like, I want it to give me kind of old library. Like you'd have the wall of bookshelves with the ladder to go up the shelf, the leather couches, maybe the globe, the world globe bar. That kind of vibe is what I'm feeling for this apartment. I'm not super comfortable with that as a vibe. I'm very much used to furnishing more modern homes and even like really colorful homes, whereas I'm feeling this is going to be kind of brown and it's going to be kind of not vintage, but it's going to give me that more old vibe, right? I don't know how to describe it aside from that. And straight away, I'm struggling with a window because the windows that we had in this apartment, you could change the swatches, but they didn't change on the inside. They only changed on the outside. And I want to be able to have brown windows. That's what I wanted. So you know what? Let me just filter by brown and we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? A dark brown was what I want. Dark brown vibes. This window from Strangerville, which I can't believe I'm saying that I might be using this window from Strangerville. It kind of has the nice vibes, right? It looks very fancy on the inside. That's what I want. It looks really nice on the outside, the shuttered window, the little metal grate as well. That could be really cute. Do I make this a limited pack build though? That's my question. Let me just see what comes with City Living and the base game. Arched windows do just give me that fancy kind of vibe, right? Ooh. Oh, the mega window grand. That's kind of exactly, I think, the vibe that I'm going to want for this lounge room anyway. I'm kind of thinking of getting two next to each other for this little lounge space. The layout of this apartment is going to be the exact same as what it was. It's just going to have better, more grandiose vibes. That's all. That's really all that I wanted. For the bed area though, because we've got this beautiful angling around what will be the bed area, I might do some different windows on that part, just because I would like to have windows throughout, kind of like what we already had. And this window, I mean, it's nice, but it doesn't sort of fill the space like I would hope. So we do actually have the same sort of arched window, just in like a single tile, and I'm thinking of just going with them. I'll place them here so that they're sitting next to one another like this. So they kind of look like one seamless window. That's kind of the vibe that I wanted for that. Beautiful. And I think that's going to be the vibe. Okay, so I think that's the windows done, except for the kitchen. I want to wait until I've got some counters in the kitchen to do the windows in the kitchen. That's all. Doors though, right? Doors. I mean, look, if you've been following me for a little while, you'll know that my absolute favorite base game door is a really cheap one. It's the door one wide. It does look kind of grandiose, except it's in a lighter brown. Oh no, that's the same kind of brown as the front door. Okay, I am happy to go with that then. That gives me the grandiose vibe. Super nice. I like the brown of this wooden floor, but I would like to maybe go with something a little bit more fancy. We've got the budget, so we could maybe go with, I mean, I don't know if I like the elegant parquet flooring. I don't know if I like that or not. It does give me very distinguished and grandiose though. What about in a darker brown? Ooh, that's really interesting actually. I just want to go with a wooden flooring. I don't want to go with carpet. So I'm thinking even in the main bedroom, or maybe in the main bedroom we can go with just like a standard wood. Oh, I've just realized making this limited pack is gonna be kind of annoying because I did want to have the bookshelf. Hold on, let me show you what I mean. The bookshelves that don't come with the base game or city living. The ones that come with crystal creations of all packs, right? That have the ladder. Like that could be pretty cute. Do we have any other bookshelves though? I don't know. Like Crystal Creations is one of those packs. Not everyone is going to have Crystal Creations. If I'm going to use a different pack, I would rather it be a pack that more people are likely to have. We do have tall enough ceilings to use the Mortimer's Secret bookcase, and I do kind of like that vibe. I feel like it gives me the right vibe. We've even got it in a nice dark brown that'll match the flooring. This bookcase comes with Discover University. Okay, so how do we feel about this? Because I was kind of thinking of not having a TV in here, but just having this massive wall of books. We have used another pack, and I do apologize for it. It's just that this bookshelf from Discover University, it didn't fit all the way across because this is a 5-tile wall here, and we had this big space in the middle. So how do we feel then about using this bookshelf from Life and Death, which is another pack that I feel a lot of people would have? Yeah, how do we feel about that? I mean, they look slightly different to one another, but I feel like of all of the one tile tall bookshelves we've got, which we don't have many, that it is the best option, right? So I'm kind of happy to go with that. Right, now that I've got that sorted though, because that was like my number one vibe for this whole apartment, right? So now that I've got that, I feel like I'm ready to look at the wallpaper. So keeping in mind, now that I have used Life and Death and also Discover University, we're now going to include them in the filters for what I'm able to use in this apartment to begin with, which is great because Life and Death has kind of the exact wallpaper vibe that I was thinking of using in this apartment. Not throughout, maybe. It's a bit much to have it throughout the entire apartment, but you're starting to see the vibe, right? Like I feel like in the entryway and along this wall, it'd be totally fine. Maybe even here, but I feel like it's a bit much for the entire room. Or how do we feel about this wallpaper? I like that. It's still got the elegance to it that I was thinking, but it's not so bold, right? I kind of like that. I really like it in the bedroom area as well. Do I just commit? Maybe I should just commit. Okay, look, I'm committing. I'm doing the main room in all of this wallpaper. I'm just going to do it, okay? And then in the bedroom, we can have the other wallpaper for a little bit of a lighter vibe. Okay, I'm doing it. Now, because we don't have a TV, we technically don't need the couch to be sitting like right here. I was actually thinking of rendering one of the bookshelves not useless, but popping the couch like on an angle in front of it, and then we could pop a lamp next to it and just kind of make like a sitting area, which would make sense to have in this kind of apartment because, you know, there's bookshelves everywhere, right? That's something for later. I need to get other more essential things done first, like the kitchen. Straight away, the vibes I was feeling was this Life and Death vibe. So I'm really glad that I'm using Life and Death in this apartment just because it kind of makes sense. I do love the black and the gold, but I feel like it's not quite the right vibe for this apartment. We've got a lot of brown in here. So the brown with the marbling. Oh, I don't like the brown marbling at all, not at all. Let me just see if there's any other counters that I could use in this space that give me the same kind of vibe. We do have the new Simley Park, well, they're not new anymore, but they're always new in my brain, the new Simley Park shaker counters. What do we have in a brown swatch for them? Oh, I like that so much better because we've got the beautiful warmth of the brown tones, but then we're getting the accent with the black marble to accent the same that we're getting in the little accents of the wallpaper. Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to use the Simley Park counters then. Okie dokie. Very nice. So brown with accents of black is then the vibe that I'm going to go with. All right. I do, however, like the Life and Death stove. I feel like that blends in kind of nicely and is making me think that I'm going to get rid of the fridge and that we're going to go with the Life and Death fridge as well. Hopefully that's gonna, yeah, I feel like that looks pretty nice. It blends really nicely with the base game counters, right? I think that's a pretty nice little kitchen area, and I'm reckoning we're gonna do, instead of a dining table, we'll probably do some island counter seating, I reckon, so we can get a couple of island counters. Ooh, I'm kind of liking this as a little vibe for the kitchen. I think that's pretty cute. I'm just wondering if I want to do the island counters too deep, that's all, like 2 tiles deep, like getting an extra one of all of these counters. Like that. Do I want to have a really big island counter? I could. I think that's really cute. This just looks so fancy to me, and that's exactly the kind of vibe that I want. I want fancy. Even though this is like one of the really cheap apartments, who says it can't be fancy? I want Casper to live in a fancy place, okay? So that's what we're doing. So then when it comes to bar stools, we've got these Life and Death ones, but I do want more fancy. I don't know if they're quite fancy enough, right? Like, I'm looking at these ones from the base game. I have a feeling we're not going to be able to... Ooh, they match kind of okay, actually. I thought maybe we weren't going to be able to match. Choices for the bar stools. I don't think it's going to be the one without the backing straight away. So it's going to be between these 2 bar stools, right? With fitting in with the vibe, I actually think I like this one better than this one. And that's going to be the dining area in this apartment as well. We're not going to have a separate dining table. There's still more that needs to be done here, but I'm going to leave that for the minute until we do some cluttering once I've done some of the other places. This is coming together very nicely. I am very pleased with how this is going so far. We need to go, maybe we'll do the bathroom next because the bathroom's probably not going to take super long. I haven't even done any kind of vibe in the bathroom yet at all, so I need to work out something better than this, right? I mean, we do have these brown tiles. They're part of city living, the shale tiles. I don't hate that. I'm just going to wonder if I'm going to be able to match it with anything, that's all. It is very hard to see, but maybe this wallpaper can match it all right. It's not super overwhelming. I was looking at the full wall height one, but I feel like that's a bit much. Although maybe for what will be the shower area, because I do think I would like to have a special built-in shower, maybe for the wet part, we can do that. The toilet paper being in the middle of the door is not ideal, actually. Alright, so I'm thinking of doing this for like the shower area. You've got the fancy sliding door to get into the shower. I just kind of need to play test for a second with Casper just to see which way the door opens, okay? Because I kind of want it to open from this side, like go this way to open. So I'm just going to get Casper to come here. Aha, it does open that way. That is exactly what I wanted because I kind of want to put like the toilet right here against the door, right? Perfect. This is going exceptionally well. I could extend the bathroom out by 1. Hold on, I could. And then that would actually solve the issue of needing to have the extra bookshelf. I mean, that makes this area a little bit more cramped, but is that a bad thing is my question. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. If it would mean that I would have more space in my bathroom to have a nicer bathroom. It's just I like to do built-in vanities here and I wanted to be able to use this Life and Death sink and then put some counters on either side of it, and with it only being 2 tile that would look really weird, so I can do that here. And I would be happier using maybe the gross I shouldn't say that they're gross, but just not to my taste brown swatches of the Life and Death stuff in the bathroom. For some reason I feel like that fits in a more opulent bathroom, whereas I want the kitchen to look like this. I love the kitchen. It does mean that I would have to find a different door. Do we have a 3 tile sliding door? Probably not. It'd be 4 tile. Okay, so I can't use that one. So maybe it would be fine for me to use the same door that I had, and then we can just put a tall window next to it. I'm gonna put the toilet right here. So like, I don't mind if it's not going to the floor, because the toilet's gonna be covering that part anyway. And that just looks really cute to me. And then we have the opening with the door facing this way. We have the opening to the shower happening in the middle there. Oh, I'm so glad I actually did that. I think it's going to work out nicer in the lounge space, the reading nook area as well. Hey, did you know that 72% of you watching right now are not subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you'd like to see some fun Sims 4 gameplay, some Sims 4 creator sim videos, some Sims 4 build videos, and even some games of the Sims past, then hit the subscribe button down below and join my wonderful community of Triceratops. But with that being said, let's get back into the video. So then we've got space to put a couple of little decorative bits and bobs in there. That is a fully functional bathroom. I could even be super fancy and get 2 shower heads. Wow, that could be really, really fancy. There's no functional need for Casper to have 2 shower heads in his bathroom. He's the only one that lives here. But you know, he's just entered a relationship, so maybe his partner can come and hang out, and maybe we could pretend that they have a his and his shower. Okay, I think this is coming together super nicely. I definitely want to head into the bedroom next though. There's one specific bed from Life and Death that I feel like would have the kind of vibe that I'm thinking of, and it is this one, the Maelstrom bed. I do love this bed. I'm a big fan of it. Oh, we even do have a brown with black accent swatch. Ooh, that could be super cute. What other swatches do we have in this one? Oh, the brown with the, oh, I like that too. That's a good option. So is that one actually. I like the warmth in that one. I think I like that one better than this one. That one's just a little bit too light, whereas we've got some of the darker colors in this one. I like that one. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's between this one or this one. No, I think it's this one. I like the warmth in the brown tones. Okay, I'm happy with that. It just needs to be in the middle of the windows there. Have we got any teeny tiny bedside tables? The one from Life and Death is probably not going to be teeny tiny enough. No, I need something much smaller than that to fit on either side of that bed, right? In this space. Okay, these are all of the options for the packs that we are using. This one might be teeny tiny actually, but we're not going to have the right swatches. It is the right size though. I take it back. We do have a swatch that will match very nicely. Ooh, okay. So that means that I can have a look at a nice desk lamp to go on either side, and maybe a plant, or maybe even a little set of bookshelves. We do have some pretty cute little sets of bookshelves, but I don't know if we do with the packs that I'm using in this video, right? Let me just have a look at the little bookshelves that we've got with these packs, right? Yes, Life and Death. I should have known. I just should have known. That's freaking perfect. I love it. I need to get a rug for that area as well, but that can wait until we're doing the decorating. Some other furniture that I would like to get in here. Maybe we can get some more bookshelves to line the walls, right? But I definitely need to do a desk, a better desk, because this is the desk we've got at the moment. He does have his own laptop that is essential for doing some studying stuff. I feel like this grandiose one, the Guardian Desk by Telltale Arts from Life and Death, kind of the perfect vibe, am I right or am I right? We could even maybe get a better computer, because this is the computer that I got just because I didn't have a lot of money back at that point. But could we get a more fancy one? So maybe we go the all-in-one powerful PC. It feels a little bit more space on the desk, and it's definitely fancier than what we had. Very nice. We need a nice fancy desk chair to go with this, right? Like, I am thinking along this vibe, but we'll see. Oh, we've got a freaking throne, the Maelstrom chair. I love it. And we have a swatch that matches the bed. I love this vibe. It's fabulous. I'm kind of even thinking of getting that chair, because that's so ridiculously fancy, right? That's so fancy. We could get a couple. We could get a couple of these chairs. We can get one of the end tables that we've got next to the bed, because they're nice and small, which is something you don't say very often in The Sims 4, is that an end table is small, because they're all gigantically massive generally for a nice little reading nook vibe. I still think I would like to have more chairs out here, would be super nice. But I feel like that's a good start. I would like to try and have this bookshelf be usable. This couch from Life and Death is the exact vibe that I was thinking of, and it does match. Hold on, what if I get rid of that second chair? We pop the couch here. We can pop this next to it, and maybe we can even then angle the chair like that. I feel like that's a better vibe. And then this bookcase over here is definitely usable. I know that for certain. Some greenery next to this couch would be super nice as well. Ooh, I'm so happy with how this is coming together. We can get another one of those couches for his bedroom. Like I said, maybe we can chuck it over here. So 2 of these bookshelves, I think that's pretty cute. A little couch over here. Definitely some greenery and some rugs, I think, would be really nice for this space. But we need some more stuff that you would see in a bedroom. Like, we really do need a dresser. We haven't got any dressers in here yet. I've just thought I found this one, the Modern Grimpressions dresser by Gentle Knight. I love how that looks, but it's not giving me strictly bedroom dresser vibes. It kind of also gives me buffet table vibes, like when you walk in the walkway, the entrance of a home, and generally you'll see like a little table near the door. People will put their keys there. There might be a mirror above it. It's giving me that kind of table vibe. Next to the front door, we can put a mirror above that. That's nice. I'm gonna put that there. With that being said, I think that might be all the essential furniture done. So I'm gonna do some clutterizing now, and I might do that off camera. So give me a second. I'm gonna put some curtains in. We need to put some rugs down, some art on the walls and stuff. We need to finish clutterizing the kitchen and the bathroom. So I'll be right back once that's all finished.
Eventually.
So let's do a quick tour. So this is the front door outside the apartment. I want to do it when you walk through the door. This is what you see. So when you walk through the door, I mean, you won't see Casper, but you will see the rest of this. So I think this is pretty nice to walk into. And considering we have to keep the plaque on the wall, I think it blends in kind of nicely with what else we've got going on. We do have, by the way, just the beautiful kitchen all cluttered. I put the shelf above the microwave because I wanted to have some little decor bits and bobs, not on the counter space. We have our beautiful kitchen. Next to the front door, we do have a couple of displays here. We've got this beautiful hutch from Life and Death with some cluttery bits and bobs. And then we do have this display over here, nice to fill this wall with. We have the living room over here though. Let me just come at it from a little bit of a higher angle. The exact vibe I wanted for this apartment, and I wasn't even sure that that was the exact vibe. Like, I didn't realize that this was it until I did, and I went, yep, that is exactly actually what I was thinking of. Right? I think it's so cute. It gives that distinguished vibe. The only thing is I haven't painted the ceilings yet. So I need to paint the ceilings because the stark white in comparison to the rest of this darkness, it's just a bit too stark, right? We will go and have a quick little squiz in the bathroom. There's not a lot to see here, just some cluttered bits and bobs happening over here. It's just a bathroom, not super exciting, but it does the job, right? The bedroom is also a super cute vibe as well. I think it came together super nicely. So let's just go through Casper for a second. And when we walk through the bedroom door, this is what we see. So we do have this beautiful lighter vibe in the bedroom. The bed area, super nice here. We do have the beautiful bookshelves on this wall. And then over this side, we have more of a skill building area. We've got the computer where Casper's going to be doing his writing, because as part of the Ghost Historian aspiration, he's going to be writing horror novels, and that's really cool. So we have that, as well as a little seating area. I did put a bonsai tree in as well because I wanted something else there, a different plant to what I'd used already, the bonsai tree. So with that being said, if you would like to download this apartment for yourself, it will be on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the exact same way it's spelt here, and you will find it under 18 Culpepper House. That is what this apartment is called, 18 Culpepper House. I've saved it under a kitchen, and it does, like I said, use Life and Death, Discover University, and City Living. It does cost 64,494 simoleons. It's quite a pricey one, but we had very specific taste in mind for this one, and I think it looks really cute. So one thing I will just mention, when you're downloading apartments like this off the gallery, if you've never downloaded an apartment off the gallery before, it's going to look a little bit strange. There's a couple of different ways that we have to go about uploading apartments to the gallery, because you can't technically do it. You've got to technically make your apartment look like it's all one great big room and then save it as a room and upload it as an individual room to the gallery, which is why it says it's saved as a kitchen, because it's got to look like all one big room. So there's a couple different ways to go about it. I've explored the multiple different ways before. The way that I feel is the easiest, and what I did for this apartment, was to make it all one individual room. I just removed the walls behind the doors. Like that. So when you download this apartment off the gallery, there's going to be a missing wall behind this door, and there's going to be a missing wall behind this door. That's how you make it all one room. You can see that there's no white line here, there's no white lines here. This is now all classed as one big room. So when you download it off the gallery, all you've got to do to make it individual rooms again is replace the walls behind the doors, and then you'll just need to replace the wallpaper that's on the walls as well. I feel that's the easiest way to be able to upload the apartments to the gallery, because now that I've replaced the walls, you can see this is now one room, the bathroom is now one room, and the bedroom is now one room as well. So that's just the easiest way to go about it. And also, I will just mention as well, in the bathroom, I removed this one behind the middle piece. That's just how you've got to download apartments from the gallery. That's just how it goes, right? That being said, 18 Culpepper House will be waiting for you to download off the gallery right now. But guys, that's all I've got for this video of renovating a beautiful city living apartment that is going to be fit for Casper in my Ghost Historian Let's Play, and also just separately as well. If you like the look of this apartment, you want to use it in your gameplay, you absolutely can. I had a lot of fun with this one. The vision that I had was very vague, but I was able to bring it to life nonetheless, and I really like the vibe of this apartment. It came out much better than I thought it was going to. So with that being said, if you would like to see more of me, the Ghost Historian Let's Play I'm doing with Casper, or any other Sims content that I've got coming your way, then hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below, and leave me a comment as well. Maybe leave me a ghost emoji in the comments down below to let me know that you got this far in the video, you enjoyed watching this apartment renovation, and you would like to see me do more apartment renovations in The Sims 4. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!